Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique and Catrina of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
Welcome back. Another episode of Girls Just Wanna, the podcast. I'm Dominique and Catrina.
And I am Katrina Gardner. And we are talking about cats today.
Again. If you're sick of cat content, please show yourselves the door.
Yeah.
This is the last intro of cat content for a couple weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, just excuse yourselves because we're obviously cat people.
We clearly talk about the same things like every week. And
well, listen, I wouldn't come on here every week and talk about cats if we didn't have cat updates every single week.
Right.
The problem is it's been a busy month for our cats.
Both of us,
which doesn't normally happen. Normally it's just you.
Right.
Normally you just have a Pippin update. But
you have an update now this time, too.
Okay, I have an update. So as you know, I have two cats, Mowgli and Muffin. They just celebrated this week their 2-year gotcha day. Mm-hmm. So 2 years ago this week, I drove out to Pennsylvania with my friend Miranda. Shout out Miranda if you're watching this podcast. And rescued them. They were strays in someone's backyard in Pennsylvania. But before that happened, before the 2-year gotcha day happened, Muffin decided to swallow in whole a foot-long piece of decorative ribbon on, I want to say,
how thick was the ribbon? Was it?
It was like less than that. Like it was like half an inch thick.
Yeah.
Like wide, I mean.
Yeah.
It was thin ribbon, obviously, as ribbon is. But it was like half an inch wide and it was a foot long.
Yeah.
And it was decorative and he somehow swallowed the whole thing in one gulp.
He just kept going. He's like...
Yeah, well, I'm like, how did he do that? So I obviously didn't know about this until I woke up last Friday morning, and he was whining.
Yeah.
He was like, "Meow." And I'm like, what is this cat? I was like, what is wrong with him? And as it turns out, he jumped down from whatever he was sitting on, and I saw a trail of ribbon following him. So about 6 inches of it had already come out of his behind. And if anyone knows anything about cats or has common sense, basically you aren't supposed to like pull it out because the other end of it could be wrapped around an intestine or stuck on something. So if you pull on it, you're gonna cause you could cause some damage. So I called my vet and they were like, go to the emergency vet right now. So we drove to Shrewsbury and like about 4 hours in the ER vet. Luckily, they did not need to do x-rays and cut him open and do surgery. We got really lucky. They were able to sedate him and then... This is graphic, so feel free to fast forward a little. They sedated him, and then the vet was able to just, like, pull on it. And he had said to me, he was like, if I get any sort of resistance, though, when I pull, like, we have to stop, do the x-rays, figure out what it's attached to. Luckily, when he went to pull, it, like, was giving. So, whole thing came out. Poor baby was so high on ketamine, though, for the rest of the day. He was like, oh. Zoom in on that face right there. Oh. So thankfully he ended up being just fine. And then he was on painkillers for a few days. So honestly, I got really lucky. Yeah. He got really lucky as a cat who didn't need to be cut open. And also just quick shout out to pet insurance. If you have pets and you don't have pet insurance, I highly recommend it because I could have dropped almost $1,000. And I ended up only paying actually like $200. Yeah. Because
I have never had pet insurance, and then I got it for these two.
What two, Katrina? That leads us into our next point about cats this week.
I got kittens. So it was actually really funny. We were in the middle of recording
the last episode,
and I get a phone call from the adoption place that I've been working with, and they were like, they didn't say I got them, but they were like, these kittens are going to go. Like, we want you to have them. So put in your application.
Like right now.
Like now.
So we were literally in the middle of recording the episode and her phone rang and she was like, oh crap, like do you mind if I do I have time to take a quick call from the cat lady? And I was like, yeah, sure. So the recording was still going.
Yeah.
And she took the call and we literally have it now.
Yeah.
On recording of her being like, and me being like, yeah. And so I'm like, wow, I'm glad you got that on video. Yeah. It was a very excited phone call.
It was very exciting. So I started talking to this rescue that was recommended to me from a friend, and they were showing me a few different kittens. They showed me a pair, turned out to be a brother and sister, cute little orange kittens, but they'd come from this hoarding issue, and one was blind and one only had one eye. She had to have her eye surgically removed because the infection was so bad. Mm-hmm. And so at first I wasn't sure, like, do I want to take on, like, medically needy, special needs cats that can't see and have problems? But then I just really, like, every day I was thinking about these cute little babies. So then when she called and she was like, you know, they're actually, like, the loves of the entire place, and, like, everyone that walks by is in love with them and wants them. And I was like, no.
Yeah, those are my kittens.
Those are
actually.
mine.
I've already, like, adopted them in my head, so don't touch my kittens.
Exactly. So I raced home from here, filled out the application. Then they called you. I put you as a reference.
They called everybody in your family.
They called my mom as a reference. They FaceTimed me. During the FaceTime, they were like, that plant is toxic to cats. And I was like, I am so sorry, please.
You were like, literally, the plant's gone.
I was like,
say less.
I am throwing it in the fireplace right now. It's gone. Then they were like, oh, can we talk to your husband? I'm like, oh, he's at work. They're like, well, have him call us back because we need to make sure that, like, he's on board. Because I guess people will just, like, bring cats home without telling their husbands, which I get. But he was on board. So he called them back the next day, and then they approved us. And then the next day, I went and picked them up.
Yeah.
And now they're in my house, and they're absolute delightful, cute little kitties. Mm-hmm. You got to meet them once.
Yeah, they're so cute. I don't know if you said this already, but they're little orange cats, brother and sister, and they are so adorable. They're so tiny.
They're so tiny. So I named them Lucy and Ludo, or my husband and I named them that. And I came up with Lucy. Okay. He suggested Ludo.
I was going to say, I feel like at the end of the day, it is your decision.
Well, that was like the whole process with getting the cats too, is every time I'm like, can we get kittens? My husband's like, whatever you want. And then I'm like, can we get blind, one-eyed kittens? And he was like,
whatever you want. Whatever you want, you really like took that and ran with it.
Yeah, but he loves them already.
They are really cute.
He's totally in love. Not with Lucy. She's kind of cold to him a little bit.
My cats are boys and don't like men. I've noticed. I shouldn't say all men, all men. But like even like sometimes I think it's they don't like deep voices because when my brother comes over, like he has a pretty deep voice and he's also very loud and they'll both hide under the bed. And they do it sometimes too. They don't usually do it with my stepdad, but just like other guys, I just feel like an electrician came over once, a plumber, and they hide.
Yeah.
So
they seem to like Jamie, and he's starting to really like them, which is actually problematic. Like the other day, Jamie comes into the room I'm in, and he's holding one of the poor kittens by like the skin, like by the like haunches, and I'm like, oh no, like put him down. And he's just like, what? But then I picked up Ludo and he was purring, being held by like his skin flaps. So I'm like, okay, like didn't hate that. So but yeah, so they're getting along. It's really cute. But yeah, that will be hopefully the last cat update for a little while for this podcast. Yeah. Lucy and Ludo have their own Instagram.
I was just about to say, so follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
What is it? At Lucy and Ludo? Do you even know? We'll drop it.
Yeah, it's either at Ludo and Lucy or at Lucy and Ludo.
Okay.
One of those.
We'll let you guys know.
Yeah. We'll drop it so you can follow along with their updates.
And those are the cat updates. So let's get to the whole point of this podcast now. Which is
not cats.
Well, which is interviewing local women in business. So without further ado, this week's guest. Welcome to the podcast, Cara Angeloni.
Hi, everyone.
Again, we need music. We need
know.
something.
I'll work on it. But I think that works. Just
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Drum roll. Okay, so our friend Cara here works at Go Citywide of Boston.
Long-term Citywide Facility Solutions, Boston, but it's a mouthful.
That's too much. I'm
Citywide.
sorry.
Citywide.
Citywide. And we are going to talk today about that and about some other cool stuff that you're involved in. So let's start with your career. First of all, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Thank
I
you
know
for having me.
you've been a loyal listener of our first few episodes, and we really appreciate that. So tell us about Citywide to get started and what they do, what they are.
Sure. So Citywide, we provide managed maintenance services to commercial clients throughout all of Massachusetts. But more importantly, it's just a great group of people that really look to help our clients and really be that partner for them and be that extension of their team. And then we also we're just a great community. It's a great team, great culture, so very supportive, and then very much into giving back to the community as well, which is kind of the best part of being about Citywide. So it's not just about being a corporation, it's about more giving back and having an impact kind of on each other and the community.
Nice. And so at Citywide, you are the Director of Business Administration?
Yes, I am.
Is that right? Okay, so what does that mean?
What does that mean? A lot of different things.
Yeah, I bet.
There are a lot of different hats. I've been there 7 years, so
Wow.
my position has evolved quite
Good
a
for
bit,
you.
which is a lot of fun. It's gone by very fast, which is fun and exciting. So what I do, I definitely oversee marketing. That's one of the big things, which is fun. So like our social media, really trying to enhance our outreach and our brand awareness, and then really supporting our sales team with some emails and some templates and stuff like that. And then training and development, I'm very passionate about that. So just making sure that our team has proper training in place and just both kind of cross-training across departments. And also professional development. It's really important to the company to do professional development as well. Nice. And then just processes. I'm a process gal, so I also am passionate about processes. And so that's one of my pieces as well, is just to help maintain and create efficient processes.
Nice. So you're a to-do list girly?
I have a million to-do lists.
Me
I
too.
don't even know how I keep track of them, but it works really well
I
for me.
have like to-do lists about like organizing my other to-do lists.
I sometimes clean up
You
email.
told me that you have like several different
I do.
to-do lists.
I break them up by like category.
Color-coded?
Yeah, well, of course. Cara, come on, what do you take me for? Yeah, so I get the whole processes thing. That's nice that you do it professionally. I do it because I'm a nerd personally.
I have always said, like, I need to start making lists.
You always say that though,
I know.
but you don't do it.
Okay, listen. I have started doing it, but it's not organized. It's like a chaotic mess right now. So I need to figure out a system that works for me.
Got to start somewhere. Maybe Cara can help
Maybe
you
I
out.
can start with a to-do list to help you.
Yeah.
Get started
Yes.
to-do list.
She gives you homework.
That would be great. Well, my problem is I'm always like, oh, I'll do it if I buy this like brand new planner that's super expensive and I love it, and then I don't do that, and then I'm like, I need to buy like this other, like a to-do list notepad instead, and then I just keep buying all these things, and then
It helps if they're pretty.
I think so too. It's the same with buying workout clothes. It's like, now I want to go work out. I have a new outfit. Now I want to be organized.
Oh my goodness. So did you always know you wanted to be a director of business administration because you love the to-do lists, or how else did you get into this role? Like what led you there?
So I actually went to Johnson & Wales in Rhode Island for fashion merchandising and retail management.
Okay, I literally didn't know that until like 2 days ago. And I've known you now for probably a year.
Yeah.
First time I knew, I stalked your LinkedIn profile, obviously. And I was
Yeah.
like, fashion merchandising.
So it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And then, I don't know, towards the end, I was like, I'm not going to New York.
Yeah.
But we're here now. But it was nice because I also had the business degree kind of
Right,
to fall
okay.
back on, which was great. And so I ended up getting into corporate retail right out of college. I was there for 5 years. I wouldn't say I regret it, but I was very ready to leave. I learned a lot of skills from it that really did transfer to kind of an office setting.
Yeah.
And so I found a really nice home with Citywide after that, and I've been there ever since.
How did you find them?
Indeed.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like just by happenstance.
Yeah, no, I put my resume out there, and it's really cool because the owners directly reached out to me, and so that was really cool to kind of get that, and then it just kind of drew me in.
Nice.
And they're just great people. So.
Nice, love it.
One of the things you didn't mention about your role at Citywide, which I'm going to mention for you, is I feel like you are now professional event planner. Add that to the resume, maybe. So we talked about this in the podcast a couple episodes ago. You, Citywide, in partnership with BeLikeBrit, which is a local organization, just hosted a Lead Like Her breakfast. First one ever. And I feel like, I don't want to discredit anyone else who obviously helped put it together, but you really led like a lot of the charge on making that event happen, and you had reached out and you got Katrina to do the headshot station, and you had me come in table for evergreen marketing, and we put some promo materials out there for the podcast. And it was a really awesome event. We genuinely enjoyed it. We wouldn't just say that. And a lot of cool women that we got to meet. It was like a really fun morning. And so obviously just wanted to congratulate you, first of all, on a successful event. But also wanted to give you the opportunity to talk about, how that idea came to life and like what it was like planning that, and, if we're looking forward to next year's event.
Yes, thank you for this opportunity because we're really excited to talk about it. It really came about because Cheryl Ann, Karen, and we had lunch one day, and it was just a casual lunch just to catch up. And we started talking, and we're like, this doesn't happen a lot anymore. People don't get together. They don't have these genuine connections. And we wanted to provide a platform for people to do that. So Karen and I at Citywide have been talking about some sort of women's breakfast, whether it's for our clients or the community, and we just hadn't really pulled it together. And then Cheryl Ann started talking about it, and we're like, let's do something together. And because we are so passionate about charitable partnerships, it was a really great opportunity for us to partner with BeLikeBrit, who we've been involved with, and love Cheryl Ann. She's amazing. To have this opportunity to pull together and figure out how we can have a warm and welcoming and genuine connection breakfast versus networking, which is what the focus of the breakfast was. I don't like the term networking, right? And so it's more just around connection building. And I did realize that as I was pulling it together with the support of everyone else, all of the vendors and the community that pulled together is a really great network, and it did happen genuinely. So that was one of my favorite parts, is all the vendors that were there, I feel very connected with, and like we can really support each other going forward. And then it was really great to hear some great feedback from everybody, even you guys. Like, I know you wouldn't just say that, so thank you.
Yeah, I always joke around and I'm like, I don't care about you enough to lie to you. I do care about you, but like I'm not out here to protect your feelings. Like I would be like, it was great, but
we won't be back.
We
won't be back next year.
No, it was great. I obviously wouldn't just say that. So
no, it was so great having you guys there. One of our huge things that we wanted is people to have a takeaway from it, right? So different types of vendors to be there, and then the headshots was phenomenal. So we're so happy that you come.
And it was so much fun for me. It was the first headshot event that I've done on that scale. So that was really, really fun and really exciting and a great opportunity for me. So I was glad that you reached out and that we were able to use our connections to kind of help each other that way. And we had a blast. When there was a lull in
the headshot station, we were dancing around on camera.
We were testing it out.
I love
testing it out. It had already taken 100 headshots that day. We just had to make sure it was still good to go.
And I accidentally left my iPhone on for 14 minutes recording
me dancing.
That's amazing footage.
It was great.
It was great. But we had so much fun.
And also, wonderful. When people see the what do you call it? The coming soon graphic that we'll post on our Instagram and stuff, your headshot, which is on your LinkedIn now, is the headshot from that day, and it looks great. I mean, you always look great in your headshots,
Thank
but
you.
I've taken your headshot twice now, and I'm always like, Cara looks great.
Cara's stunning.
So nice, guys. I have to say though, I've had some other headshots in the past, and you're gonna come to my company doing some headshots, and we're so excited because they just came out really good. And I think it was partially like the energy that was
Yeah.
there, and just like helping bring a vibe that just gets people excited, and you're not just sitting there and smiling.
It makes them feel like comfortable. And you kind of give them like some posing directions without being like phony. So
yeah, I never try to like force a pose too much. Like if someone's like not taking the direction, I'm like, okay, like we're gonna stick with what we've got right here.
Be natural.
Because the more that you like try to pose someone, they get more and more uncomfortable, and then the smile isn't right. So yeah, I tend to just try to like capture people as they are instead of forcing them into something else. So that works out really well. But like even when we talked about this event a few episodes ago, and I was like, I just loved it. Like everyone was so beautiful.
Yeah, she almost started crying
And
on
you
the
were like,
episode,
"Shut
and I was like,
up."
"Can you chill?" No, she really did. And you know what's funny too is I feel like with other, not that this episode is about you, but whatever. I feel like with other photographers, like it takes a while to get your photos back, and that's fine. Like that's standard and normal. But you were telling me on the episode, you were like, I literally went home that night and I started editing all the photos, and I was just like, oh my God, everybody looks so pretty. I was like, you need to chill.
Well, and that's some of the stuff that we really wanted from this event too.
Yeah.
Like genuinely supporting each other and
Right.
caring for each other, which was so great. And one of my favorite things about the headshots, I think we could hear the music from inside. We pulled together a Lead Like Her playlist of just some like women empowering songs, and I think that brought a fun vibe also. And it made me think, I was like, we should have, when you come do our headshots, have everybody have like a pump up song.
Oh my gosh,
because I think it would make great headshots.
You know how, well, I don't know, in baseball, if anyone watches baseball, they have like a walk-up song, the batters.
Yep.
So each person on your team should choose a walk-up song, and then they get their own entrance into the little backdrop. That would be fun.
I'm like logistically thinking about timelines now.
You're like, hold on, can I order speakers and Bluetooth and so is the second annual event already in plans, or do we know if that's happening?
Yes, so we have committed to doing a second one.
Yay.
And hopefully just making this an annual event, knowing that we learned a lot from this one. A lot of things went well, and now it's a little bit more well known. So we're really excited to host a second one. We don't have a specific date, but it will be early May.
Okay.
Very
awesome.
exciting.
So
that's
we're
exciting.
very excited. So we'll do some early marketing for that to try to get it on people's calendars.
Yeah. Switching gears now. Like just about every week we give a shout out to YPWA, Young Professional Women's Association, because that's how we meet a lot of our gal gang in the greater Worcester area.
Yep.
And you are the incoming vice president of the organization this upcoming season. So that is so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you have in, first of all, how was your first year? Because you were, what was your role?
Administrative director.
Administrative director. Okay, so how was your first year on the board?
First year was great.
Yeah.
It was my first year even being a member of YPWA.
Yeah, right.
So it was really nice. I joined because I bought a house in Worcester and I didn't really know anyone. So I saw this group come up and I was like, this would be great to get to know people.
Yeah.
And I really like having a lot of things to do. So I was like, let's just join the board. Let's do it. So it was a lot of fun and I met a lot of great people, and the board is phenomenal and the members are great. Yeah. And that's what led me to this, honestly. And it's so fun to see how many things are out in the Worcester community that I had no idea about. I kept going to the same places, like chain restaurants and stuff like that. And there's so many good things and good people in the community that it's fun to be part of this group, to learn about them and support them.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part.
Good. And then now you're going to be the vice president.
Yes.
Madam Vice President.
Madam Vice President. Should we address you as VP from now on?
I think so.
Okay.
You could just do VP.
Yeah, we'll just curtsy and when we greet you.
Please do.
So I know that the new board has already met once. I know you have another meeting coming up soon.
Yes.
Can you give us any sneak peeks of what's to come or what you're excited about for the next season, 2024 to 2025?
So really excited to be working with Miss Madame President Kat. She's phenomenal. She is
another
the
podcast guest.
Yes. Yep. She's the busiest gal I know.
Seriously.
So I don't know how she does it, but really excited. She's very engaged with YPWA. And we are very much focusing on just the mission and vision of YPWA this year, and making sure we're getting back to just growing our membership base, making sure we're providing value to our members, and also just, continuing that growth around the community. So we have a lot of great members right now, and we're just looking to continue building and sharing our mission. And through that, we're going to do that through events. And so this year we've kind of split into committees on the board. So we're going to have, I don't want to commit too soon, but I think at least 2 events a month.
Okay.
And the goal is to have a lot of variety to reach. There's a lot of different females
Right.
out there who are looking to get something different out of this organization. So whether it's professional development, whether
Right.
it is, networking and connections,
Right.
or just helping grow their own business, or just hanging out.
Yeah,
we
just
wanna
finding
provide
friends.
those opportunities.
Yeah.
It's definitely a really great group for, like you just said, like no matter what your goal is. Like some people are new to the area, they just want to make friends. Some people want to build business relationships, and they're able to do that. So yeah, I think it's really, really exciting.
Yeah.
I saw that you posted recently, like, oh, like what do you guys want to see coming up? I gave some recommendations
Oh, where'd you give your recommendations? Where'd you put them?
on her LinkedIn post.
Oh, okay, on your LinkedIn post?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I'll email, maybe I'll Insta.
Whatever works for you.
Slide in those DMs.
Yep.
Slide in the VP's DMs.
Yep. Fancy.
I was really aiming high. I'm like, can we go to Polar Park?
Please make it happen. Thanks. We have, a long list of things that we've done in the past, which we can pull from, and especially some good connections from the past. And so we're excited really to dive into that. And we have a lot of new board members with fresh ideas. So we're excited. But really the big goal is that variety. And different days of the week, different times. We've heard feedback, which is great. And the best thing we can ask for is feedback, because we want to provide value to everybody. And if we don't know what people are looking for, we can't provide it.
Yeah.
So we love feedback. It's our favorite. But really working with different times. I think a lot of our events last year were kind of in the evening, during a weekday. So mixing around with maybe a lunchtime thing, mixing in virtual and in person. And just some co-working. Like just some like, hey, we're going to be here today.
Yeah, like
if
low
anyone
key.
wants to join, just come on by. So
Yeah. So that's basically a call to action. If you're listening to this and you're a YPW member, or you're thinking about joining YPWA, or you're thinking about checking out some events next year, I'm assuming the call to action here is get in touch with either Cara or Kat or the board in general. Reach out to them on Instagram or LinkedIn. Go to their website.
We can connect you.
Yeah, reach out to us. We can connect you. Let them know what you want to see, like what would draw you to an event, because obviously they're in the planning stages now. So now is the time to really voice your choice.
Yes.
Hashtag election year.
Yes. So we're excited. Actually, tomorrow we're doing orientation and our big event planning, at least for kind of the first half of the year. But you can't get every event planned in 2 hours. So there's a lot of room for growth and, kind of throughout the season. So feedback always, please. And even just connections. Like, we're looking to partner with different groups. We had some people reach out at She's Local and say, hey, I heard you guys do this. I do this. It'd be great if we could kind of figure something out. So it's Echo, it's Bree's sister from Bree Sweet Treats, and she works with young athletes, I believe. So I'm excited to hear more from her and think about how she wants to do a long-term partnership and not just one event. So we're really looking for things like that, and really getting involved with local universities. To figure out how we can either mentor them or help grow them into YPWA when they graduate. So those are some of the big initiatives.
Yeah, that's exciting. We're
Aside
looking
from
forward
just
to the next
fun.
season.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, is there anything else you want to say about Citywide or YPWA?
No, just both that they're great organizations.
Yes, of course.
And I love being part of both of them.
Awesome. And as you know, because you're a loyal listener, we like to end every episode asking our guests to shout out another local women-owned or, very women-involved organization or business in the area that you stan. So who do you got for us?
So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go back to Lead Like Her and talk about some of those vendors. So obviously you ladies, which the listeners know.
Please.
But also my friend Holly at Pensational Design. She makes the cutest little pens for every occasion. You can find her on her Etsy shop.
Okay, nice.
Which is so fun. So she does it just kind of on the side for fun, which is great. Obviously, Kat from K-Sense. I know she's been mentioned before, but phenomenal candles. Kate Lally Coaching, also on the board of YPWA, another YPWA shout out. But she's just such a great lady and has such a great kind of insights to everything. So a great coach. Vivacity, she's in Westboro, but is really excited to continue any partnerships. And then Jackie at Spenga in Marlboro.
Oh, yeah.
I know she came over to some different tables. It was like, how can we partner? So it was just a lot of fun to see all that. And then gotta shout out Brie Sweet Treats, love her chocolate. Can't resist.
Stop! Don't bring it up. We're already hungry. Like
I was at
so
the
good.
She's Local conference for like literally
chocolate.
just an hour, and I'm like,
I was like, wow,
there for you.
Yeah, okay.
But I made sure to stop at Brie Sweet Treats.
Me too.
Me too. And
I did.
You were funny. You were like, I just spent $50 on chocolate.
And I didn't regret it.
Yeah, I did
and
that.
I knew you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I was like, good for you. You deserve it.
Yes.
There was one time I went to Bedlam Book Cafe in Worcester to go read, because sometimes I just go by myself and read to get away from having a toddler. Love you, Jamie. And I stopped at the public market. I bought like $50 of chocolate, brought it over to Bedlam, and I'm just like eating chocolate and reading. And I'm like, they're probably concerned about my like mental
That's
welfare.
the dream. Hey, that's the dream.
That's a great day.
I think so.
Great day.
Dream day.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We loved hearing about Citywide and YPWA. We will definitely put all the links to everything in the show notes so people can find you, find Citywide, find YPWA, and get in touch if they have any ideas or questions about partnerships and all those good things.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Cara.
Welcome back.
Heart it or hate it. Katrina, get us started.
Heart it or hate it. Mood rings.
Get out of here. I'm going to go hate it. Never had one. Never wanted to have one. You are an adult woman, and I hear you just bought one, so.
Okay. I was talking to someone yesterday, and she went, shut up, when I said I got a mood ring. And then she was like, no way. And then she was like, at CVS? Oh my gosh, I love mood rings. So she is also an adult woman. Not as old as me.
Hey, that's fine. You do you, girl. So I'm going to assume you heart it.
I heard it. Are you kidding me?
So what is it right now?
I think that means I'm happy. The
Okay.
blue.
Okay.
It was interesting the other day. I was wearing it, and it was black all day. And then I got, like, the little card, and it said, stressed. And then I shut my work laptop, and it turned blue. So, like, which is happy. So, like, I don't want to say that they're accurate, but I mean,
there is a correlation.
Right.
We don't know if it's causation, but it's definitely
it was
a
most
correlation.
likely, like, the heat of the laptop. And then I closed it. But that's okay. Yeah, I heart them. So that's mine. What do you got?
Okay, well, mine is heart it or hate it, work from home.
Heart it.
Same.
Absolutely.
1,000%.
I think there are some people that prefer to be in the office.
They're
out there.
They're out there. And if you're on here, let us know by voting in the poll we're going to put up on Instagram.
Not us.
But it's not us. I'm 100% work from home. Couldn't go back now to doing 100% in office.
No. I had to go out yesterday to meet with a client, and just like the 3 hours that I was out of my house wearing jeans, I was like, I just cannot wait to get back home and not be wearing jeans.
Yeah.
And just like getting ready every day, and
Yeah.
in the morning at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, I just remember like packing a lunch, packing snacks, like packing my work bag.
Yeah.
Putting on a full outfit and a new outfit that looks good and presentable every day.
Anything else you
Hair
need to
and
pack
makeup.
in case you have to go somewhere after. And,
Yeah.
Because it's so far away. Like if you go, well, for me, I always worked far away from where I lived.
Yeah, I mean.
And then if it was snowing, you have to wake up earlier to shovel yourself out.
Yeah.
No.
It's just like, it's too much. Even today, like we record these in the morning, and when my alarm went off, I was just like,
We both walk in here, we're like, hi.
Every time we record these, we walk in and we're like, It's like a low buzz. Yeah, it's rough. Like, you know.
I don't think I could ever go back to working in an office.
Definitely not full time. Like,
No.
I feel like I could.
Hybrid would be okay.
Even that, like, sometimes I'm like, damn. but I, like, you know, I don't want to rule it out entirely as far as like 1 or 2 days in the office, but I know for sure I couldn't do 5 days in an office somewhere.
Yeah. I felt like maybe my ideal scenario would be like, if you want to go in for like a team meeting or an all hands meeting, like, sure, like that can make sense to like be in person, but requiring me to be in the office from like 8 a.m. to whenever,
Yeah.
no.
And
I'll do 10 to 3.
I'm also not naive. Like, I do know that there are professions out there where, like, you have to be in person. Like, if you're, let's say, a nurse or a doctor.
Yeah.
But obviously, the positions that we have working as marketing girlies on our laptops, like, can be done from anywhere in the world. So,
Yeah.
professions that you do them on a computer, basically, I just don't see why you have to be on a computer somewhere else.
Yeah, at my last job, if it was like snowing, they wouldn't close the business because some people couldn't do their jobs from home. Some people could, but we were supposed to like be a family, and like if one person has to come in, everyone has to come in. And I was like, well, those people live like 5 minutes away, and I'm like, I live like 3 towns away, and I am just doing graphic design, so
yeah.
And I would just like pack up my stuff the day before a snowstorm and be like, I'm gonna bring all this home so I can do my job from home. And then you get all snippy. So no.
It's a hard at work from home for us, both of us.
Yes.
All right, what's next?
Next is heart it or hate it. Networking groups.
I have never been a part of one officially, so I'm gonna go hate it, but the caveat is that I know other people, like, I feel like it's hit or miss. I do know people who are in them and it works really well and they get a lot of business and they make a lot of connections and that's good for them. And I also know people who join them and spend money to join them and spend a lot of time and resources to be a part of them and it does not work for them. So
does YPWA count as a networking group?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe.
Yeah. Because that was kind of my thinking was like...
So you were thinking like less formal, like
I don't
professional
know.
organizations?
No, I was definitely thinking of
like a BNI?
Yeah, because I'm in a BNI right now. But I've also been in YPWA, which is how we met our guests. And, but it's so different. So...
I wonder if you could like differentiate them by saying like YPWA is like a...
social...
It's like a social organization or association.
Yeah.
Because I'm part of PRSA, which is like the Public Relations Society. And that's definitely more professional leaning than like YPWA is, but it's also not like... It's not like a referral group necessarily. Right. It's more like like-minded individuals.
Right. So if we're talking about like referral groups, like business groups, networking.
That's where I was going with like, I've never been in one and I can't see myself doing one anytime soon, but I know it works for some people and I know it doesn't work for others.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a big time commitment.
It is.
And often a big financial commitment too. So
yeah, I'm gonna say heart it with the asterisk that you just need to find the right one. Because I had to find the right one for me, and it is a big time commitment, and it's not going to be worth it for everyone.
Right.
And it's a big money commitment. Supposedly, hopefully, the return on investment is well worth it, but it just depends on your business and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
So I'll go hate it just to disagree with you.
Just to spice things up. Okay.
But I haven't personally been a part of one, so I guess I can't really give like an actual opinion, but
you're like, on the outside, I'm hating this.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay, last one is from me. Heart it or hate it, dry shampoo.
Heart it.
Oh, really? Okay. Why?
I'm full of dry shampoo right now.
Really?
You probably can't tell because my hair probably looks greasy, but yeah, it might be a little white because I have dry shampoo in, but yeah.
So, okay, you're one of those girlies who is like...
Oh, yeah. Wake
like,
up in the morning.
1,000% like rely on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't, like, everybody praised this product, I feel like, for the longest time. Like, dry shampoo is a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Like, never wash your hair every single day again. you know, it's good for in between washes, blah blah blah. And I have it, and
Yeah.
I use it like maybe once a week. I just don't really feel like it does what I need it to do. Like it just doesn't simulate what I want it.
You know,
to
I
replace.
think I liked it more. I used to have a bob haircut, and it just kind of like helped.
Which was so cute.
It was really cute. I should do it again. It helped with like the hairstyle that I would like curl, and like it just added texture to my like stringy straight hair.
Right.
You know, so that kind of helped a lot. And at the time that I had a bob and it was pink, I was really trying not to wash my hair because the pink just like rinses out every single time you wash it. So I was trying as hard as I could not to wash my hair
to
a lot.
preserve the color. Yeah. So for me, I have this naturally like wavy curly hair, and I'm very low maintenance about my hair. Like I literally just like wash it and it goes back to its curls. So I like don't style. I don't dye my hair.
Yeah.
I don't do anything crazy. And my thing is I work out and like teach kickboxing, like let's call it a total of like 4 nights a week. And obviously I want to like wash my hair after that because it's like it's been up in a bun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just yucky to me.
Yeah.
I don't like the feeling.
Yeah.
And I sweat, obviously. And I've talked to other people who are like, oh, I definitely don't wash my hair after every workout, which I'm like, I don't feel like I could do that.
No,
like,
I think when I was working out a lot, I was washing my hair.
because I'm just like, I can't, like, you're not supposed to wash your hair every day, but also if you're going to work out every day, like, I feel like you should wash your hair every day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I will also say I had bangs for a time, and dry shampoo was a lifesaver when I had bangs because I have oily skin, so I just needed to, like...
One other point about dry shampoo too is I don't know what brand you use, and some brands might be better than others, but you know how they kind of sometimes they leave that white cast or whatever, that like white powdery whatever. I think like I have friends who are, you know, people of color, and they like have darker hair obviously.
Yeah.
And they say that they can't find a dry shampoo that doesn't just like leave complete like white streaks for them.
Yeah.
Or work on their texture of hair. And so that too is like, come on now.
I know.
Like, I don't know if there are better products out there, but
I know that they've started coming out with like brunette.
Oh, like colored. Like the product itself is. Yeah.
But I haven't tried the brunette. I've tried the blonde. But for me, I don't mind having the white cast because I'm like, I'm blonder now. Probably not. It probably just looks like streaky white, but I can be delusional. It's fine. But yeah, no, I do know that's a problem too. And it does depend on the brand.
Yeah. I buy like the cheapest one, which is...
I get the Baptiste.
Okay.
I don't know if that's actually what it's called.
I literally just, like, if there are 2 brands and one is $5 and one is $8, I'm like, okay, I'll take the $5.
Yeah.
I don't give
well,
a shit.
I heard it.
Yeah. I'm going to go hate it because it hasn't really done for me what I need it to do.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was set up because everybody gave it these high expectations.
You guys can let me know. Does my hair look like it has dry shampoo in it, or does it still look greasy?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's it for this week.
That's it.
Be sure you're following us on Instagram. You have subscribed on YouTube and Spotify. Throw us a rating, a 5-star rating on Spotify. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube.
It, subscribe.
Yeah, all the things. Also, quick shout out to Studio 50 at WICN in Worcester, which is where we record these episodes. They've been so welcoming and accommodating, so we just want to give them a little whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. All right, that's enough.
Okay,
We'll
bye.
see you next week. Later, ladies.
Later, ladies.